Libra, welcome to your full moon eclipse energy reading for the week of September 7th through the 14th. This is Empowered World Tarot. We are a new channel. My name is Holly Christine. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get into it. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light, we thank you for your help today with Libra's reading for whatever they need to know for the highest good. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Feel free to exchange or reverse energies as necessary. And let's see what's going on. We're going to do a 5-card spread. We're going to clarify everything, get some advice from Spirit, as well as pull a couple of oracle cards at the end. So the full moon lunar eclipse, it's a total lunar eclipse happening this coming Sunday, September 7th. And the energies can play out over the next 6 months. This will be followed by a partial solar eclipse 2 weeks later in the sign of Virgo. This first eclipse is in the sign of Pisces at 15 degrees. So if you have planets around that 15 degrees or aspecting planets from other signs that aspect near that 15 degrees, you're going to feel this intensely. Okay, you are showing up. The Ace of Swords, truth, moment of truth, opportunity for truth, for clarity, and the ability to be able to take action based on that truth and clarity. The Three of Discs, collaborating with others, coming together, making plans. And the Hermit, called Time in this particular deck. The Hermit is the deepest healing card in the tarot. What do they say? Time heals all wounds. So this is deep healing. This is doing introspective work, shining the light in all the little dark crevices of a situation to figure out what is in our way, what is on our path, and what needs to be healed. The overall energy for your reading today, Libra, the Eight of Wands. This speaks to energy moving very quickly, some sort of energy exchange, moving it forward as quickly as possible. And the underlying reason for this particular reading, what brings us here to this reading today, the Eight of Swords. Somebody's feeling stuck. Somebody's feeling trapped in a mind of confusion. This is like a tornado of the mind. It's just thought after thought after thought that keeps us stuck. And all of those swords are our own doing. This is not somebody from the outside keeping us trapped. These are our own thoughts. So you can set yourself free from that. At the bottom, we have the Two of Cups. So this may pertain to a love interest, a particular soul connection partnership that you have going on at this time. It does not have to be a romantic interest, but it more than likely is. All right, let's go ahead and clarify this Eight of Wands, moving this energy forward quickly or having some sort of energy exchange happening. Let's see what cards come up for you, Libra. Show us the Eight of Wands, please. Okay, we take what hit the table first, and you have the Fool card, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Swords. And at the bottom, what brings us to this little part of the lineup, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is what we're in alignment with. This says you want a new beginning, you want a fresh start, you want a new adventure, and you would like it as soon as possible. But you are not really taking any action at this point in time, even though you want to move the energy forward. The Hangman says you feel you need to gain perspective about this. So it's a card of inaction, except for examining whatever perspective you need to get clear on. And you would like to do it as quickly as possible, but this is a necessary step. The Queen of Swords says this is what's required. This is what is needed. Rules, boundaries, limitations, whatever it is, this is what's required. She lays down the law. She makes an announcement. She says, this is what is needed. This is necessary. This must be done. Okay. Fair enough. You are in alignment with feeling like you need a new beginning, but you need to gain perspective first before you head out on some sort of new adventure so that you can move the energy forward, because this is what's necessary. Okay? Very good. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords, the moment of truth. This is an opportunity for truth, an opportunity for clarity, and to be able to take action. It's the very beginning of something, the very beginning of a truth, of realizing a truth. It's an aha moment. Show us the Ace of Swords, please. Show us the truth. Okay, there it is. The Wheel, also known as the Wheel of Fortune. The Ten of Discs. And the Ten of Swords. Wow. And at the bottom, the Chariot. The Chariot is the vehicle to victory. It's about being determined to reach our goal, and we would like to get there as quickly as possible. You are being guided by the universe on this journey. The vehicle to victory is what brings us here. So this is necessary for your truth and for being able to act on your truth. The wheel says something's coming back around and you would like to make major changes here in your fate and to turn fate in your favor. Having to do with the 10 of discs, everything you ever wanted to really manifest in the ideal in this lifetime. It represents whatever areas of life are most important to you that you'd like to manifest, like your home, your family, your job, your career, your hobbies, your pets, your everything, your friends, everything that would be ideal. Each pentacle representing a different area of your life. So this would be like the treasure chest of ideal. It represents great stability in all of the areas, the ideal. But it's followed by the Ten of Swords. This is a very painful ending. This is the end of something. Something needs to close out, something needs to end, or something has ended, or something, some kind of truth and clarity is going to show you that one of these pentacles needs to end. One of these manifestations that you have manifested that you feel is ideal, it needs to end so that we can begin again. The Fool over here, begin again so that we can change fate into, we can bring something back around and have it be in our favor. So, tied up to some sort of ending, and but that ending is tied up to one of these important pentacles, okay? But this is saying this is necessary. This is necessary for you to get to victory, for you to cross the finish line, for you to reach a certain goal. All right, now we're going to look at this Three of Discs, which is the same as Pentacles in another deck. They just call it discs in this one. Three of Discs, gathering, collaborating with others, possibly friends. Either way, this collaboration is helping to build stability or rebuild stability. It's about making plans. It's about receiving help from others to make plans. Show us the Three of Discs, please. All right, so we have the Five of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Four of Cups, and at the bottom, the Death card. The Death card represents endings and transformations. But what is showing up here with this collaboration is grief. You're stuck in the past, looking at all the things that didn't work out and feel depressed. You feel sad about them, really sad about these losses that you've had. The Two of Swords says you're stuck at some sort of indecision. You may have some friends trying to help you through these stuck energies of depression and looking at your losses and feeling sad. But you can't see clearly There's something you cannot see, and because you can't see it or you don't want to see it, could go either way. But either way, you can't see something. Um, Having to do with your focus right now. Whoever needs to hear this reading is really stuck. This is the Five of Cups, stuck in the past losses, and the Four of Cups. Uh, with the Two of Swords in the middle, you cannot see that you're focusing intently on all the things that didn't work out. And so you're upset, and rightly so. I'm sure they didn't work out. I'm sure they were very heart wrenching and major losses that you have endured. There's no denying it. But this says if you focus on it, you're going to miss the opportunity that is here for you that is very healing. Speaking of which, the next card is the deepest healing card. So we'll clarify that next. But the Death card says endings and transformations are very much needed here. You need to see, you need to recognize that it's up to you. You have free will to change your focus. And maybe you have some friends here who are trying to help you change your focus. They want to collaborate with you and help you make plans so that you can change your focus. You just can't see it. Hence the need for the Hanged Man energy. You need to take a step back and gain perspective. Hopefully this reading can help you do it, because you can see all the energies that are around you, that you're dealing with, that you're stuck in, that are very painful, and the help that is here for you, so you can start accepting that and refocusing on what is here for you, what is ahead for you, all the promise and all the healing and the love that is ahead for you. But in order to start feeling it and start changing things, you got to stop looking at the past. You got to stop focusing on all the things that didn't work out, because it's keeping you stuck. Two of Swords is stuck. They can't see. And the Eight of Swords is completely stuck and trapped. But remember, it's their own thoughts. So it's your own focus. It's what you're looking at. You know what they say, what we focus on, we get more of. So the more you look at it and the more you get in your feels, the more you're going to stay there. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Hermit card. Time. Time heals all wounds, but I mean, not if you're going to spend your time looking at the wrong things. The Hermit shines the light in the dark to see what's in our path. What's on our path that's blocking our way. And then we heal it so we get it off our path. Show us time. Okay, I think these flew out in reverse. Yeah, the Nine of Discs. The Three of Swords. Very good, very good. And this will be in the upright. The Ten of Wands. Oof. And at the bottom, the Ace of Wands. Okay, the Ace of Wands says that we're here because you're being given an opportunity. And it's an opportunity to take bold action. And it's not just bold action, it's a new action. An Ace of Wands is a gift from the divine, a gift from the universe. They're handing you an opportunity to do something completely different, to take a different action, an inspired action, one that is lit from a fire from inside. Some sort of inspiration, an inspired action. It's new, it's bold, it actually takes courage because it's different than anything you've done before. That's your opportunity. These gifts from the universe are always these aces. Here's your moment of truth. It's a gift. We don't have to accept the aces. We have free will. But if we do, they're divinely supported, and you have help on that part of your journey if you should choose to accept the mission. And it's not mission impossible. It is mission possible. Okay. So let's talk about this part of the lineup coming out on the deepest healing card. Let's see. We've got the Nine of Discs. In the upright, this is about securing security. This is somebody who feels balanced. This is somebody who feels confident in their own skin, having nothing to do with anyone else being tied to them. Not family, not lovers, not friends. This is you by yourself, confident, abundant, resourceful, and just doing great. But it came out in reverse, showing us that you're not doing so great. You don't feel abundant. You don't feel resourceful. You don't feel secure. The second card that came out was the Three of Swords, and that's heartbreak. That is utter heartbreak, possible betrayal. It's emotional pain. It's crying. I mean, it is heart-wrenching feelings. Came out in reverse, talking about turning that around. And then the third card that came out is the Ten of Wands. This shows that this is extremely hard for you. You are feeling very burdened. You're carrying all the responsibility of this load on your back. It's too much to carry. Nobody could walk far carrying this entire load by themselves. So it's advantageous to drop some of the burden, to let some kind of burden that is weighing you down, let it go. Just drop it, leave it, stop carrying it. So all of this requires deep healing. All of this is on your path. You feel insecure. You want to turn heartbreak and sorrow around so you don't feel that anymore. That needs healing. And you need to let go of carrying all this heavy weight on your shoulders, all the responsibility, all of the whatever it is that you're carrying, whatever you put on your own back, you need to drop some of it, if not all of it, but definitely some of it. The Hermit says this is what's in your way. These are the things in your way, and these are the things that require and need deep healing. And in order to do so, you're being given the opportunity to do so, to drop a wand, or two, or three, or 10. Let it go so that you can start healing. Okay. Now we're going to look at the stuck energy, what brings us to this entire reading, feeling trapped. You can't see what to do. Even if you could see what to do, you're like frozen in your tracks and wouldn't know where to get started. Even if somebody told you the exact right thing to do, you would still feel paralyzed because you're paralyzed in your own thoughts, is what brings you to this reading. So let's clarify that. Show us the Eight of Swords. What does Libra need to know about the Eight of Swords, please? Full moons are about releasing, they're about surrendering, they're about letting go, they're about emotions, especially the fact that it's happening in the sign of Pisces. It's a very emotional water sign. You are going to feel emotional around this full moon. And like I said, we're already in the energies of them, so you may be deep in the feels already. And especially in between the two eclipses, the one on the 7th, the total lunar eclipse, and then the partial solar eclipse on the 21st, at the anaretic degree, a very critical degree, in the sign of Virgo. So if you have planets or aspects to that 29th degree, you will also feel that very intensely. And that one has some other aspects of some other current energy planets tied up to it that make it even more intense, a little bit rougher. This particular lunar eclipse has some supportive good energies around it, like Jupiter trining it from the sign of Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted, and Jupiter is the great benefic, so it tends to be lucky in bringing support through a trine, which is always a supportive aspect. But Jupiter is also the planet of expansion, so it could just be expanding all these emotions, which, even though it's supportive, it is supportive to help you move forward on your journey, but it may feel not so great. It may feel intense. It just depends on how it's showing up in your chart and at what house it's in and all that good stuff. Love tarot, love astrology, love all things mystical and magical, you guys. Show us the Eight of Swords. What brings us to this reading? Stuck, trapped, energy, traps of our own thoughts. All right, the Six of Discs, the Nine of Cups, the Chevalier of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. I just like saying Chevalier. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And at the bottom, the moon, hence the full moon coming up. Isn't that interesting? So that's what brings us to this little lineup. Perhaps you will receive clarity after the eclipse, after the full moon light, which brings some sort of release or culmination to light. And then it's eclipsed in darkness as the earth travels in between the moon and the sun. And as the clearing of the darkness happens and we see the moon again, then you may have this realization after the eclipse, after it's over, after the darkness goes away. But these cards suggest Six of Discs, equal give and take, getting everyone on the same page. And it denotes stability in our daily balance, our daily life, our regular daily life practices. Equanimity, equal give and take, fairness, balance. Followed by the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is all about personal satisfaction and wish fulfillment on an individual level. It's about emotional balance. It's about feeling good. Filling up your own cup, making sure that your emotional cup is filled. Not worrying about anybody else's at this time. This is on an individual level. This is you filling up your own cup. And the Knight of Wands is all about the urge to take immediate action. This knight feels like, I got to do something and I got to do it now. They're inspired by how they feel. They're inspired by their passions. They may not be thinking so clearly as they rush to some sort of action, but this is saying that we're over here stuck in our heads, possibly about each of these issues. What action should I take immediately? How do I fill my own cup and become emotionally balanced and get my own wishes fulfilled and feel where I feel satisfied? And your daily balance of what is fair, what is equal when you deal with others in your life on a day-to-day balance, whether that's home, work, family, friends, all of it. That kind of thing. It's equanimity and balance. So this is just showing me that we're here because you pretty much feel stuck in all of those sort of energies, whatever they pertain to exactly in your life, or however many Libras are showing up here where it does resonate. It could be slightly different for all of you, and that's why I invite you to share your stories in the comments, because it helps others to see, wow, oh, it could relate in that way too. I didn't think about that. And it helps me to know how it resonates with you as well, because I have my own imagination and can come up with things, but that doesn't mean that is what it's applying in your life too. But what is accurate are the energies that are here. And if you're identifying with how I describe the energies, then the reading is for you. And now we're going to pull some advice. What advice do you have for Libra who is stuck and confused, please? They can't see clearly. They want to gain perspective, and they're carrying a whole lot of burden and upset and emotional pain. They would like to move the energy forward. They would like to be done with this and just have a new beginning, a new start. But perspective first is what's required. You cannot move anything until you gain clarity. And I really hope that seeing all these energies from this bird's eye view is gaining you clarity. Tarot is really, really helpful that way, showing you the energies that are around you, showing you, it's like holding up a mirror, helping you to deal with everything that's going on and sort of breaking it down. What advice do you have for Libra, please? And then we'll get a couple oracle cards for you as well. Advice for Libra. Okay, here it is. Starting out with the Five of Swords, followed by the Five of Discs, two challenge cards back to back, and the Page of Cups, And at the bottom, what brings us here? The Empress. Oh, that's fabulous, because the Empress is the ideal energy to create from. She's the most creative, nurturing, grounded, attractive, ideal, stable, resourceful, all the wonderful things, energy that you could imagine. Of all the archetypes in the entire tarot, she's the most creative. She's ready to give birth to something. Excellent. So your advice is, in order to give birth from your ideal energies, the Five of Swords is winning at all costs. It says sacrifices will have to be made in order to win this battle, and you may have to sacrifice people in your life in order to win this battle. The Five of Discs is about abandonment, either feeling abandoned or abandoning something. I think this is telling you to abandon something, to let it go, something that makes you feel isolated and alone. You need to abandon it. You need to win at all costs to abandon something, to let this go, or to leave this feeling of abandonment, low self-worth, feeling forgotten, forsaken. If you identify with any of that, it's time to win that battle and leave this in the past. But it kind of feels like the first thing I said, that this is saying that you have to win this battle to abandon something, or it's a battle, winning the battle of low self-esteem, feeling like you're not enough. I don't know. Could go either way. You guys decide. Your third card is the Page of Cups. It is about your mindset. It's about hope and positive attitude. It's your mindset and keeping your heart open to something in childlike curiosity, childlike wonder, being willing to learn, to keep your heart open and to keep your mindset positive, is your advice. Winning at all costs, something having to do with lack of some sort, and positive mindset and hope. The right mindset will help you get through this and will help you birth a new beginning, the Fool, and birth accurate perspective, the Hangman, gaining that perspective and being able to move the energy forward, the overall energy of the reading, showing me what you want to do. You already know you're stuck. You already know you're feeling it, and you want to get out of it. But first, you got to go through it and gain this perspective. And it's not always easy to see or admit or face, but these cards are here for you, and it is possible for you to get to this ideal energy so that you can birth what you want, move the energy forward for a new beginning and a new start. And this mindset is absolutely what's required for you to win this battle. All right, so that's your advice. Now we're going to get an oracle card. Your first card is going to be from a deck called Dark Light Oracle. I chose this because of the eclipse. First, we'll have the full moon, and then we'll have darkness, and then we'll have light again. So Spirit said, yep, this is the deck this time. Dark Light Oracle. What message do you have for Libra at this time, please? Oof. All right, this one separated itself. That's what we're taking. Rest. Card number 24. Come and hear my lullaby. And here is the message that Spirit has for you. You have been too harsh on yourself lately. You are exhausted, poor thing, and your body is burning. Come close to me, slow down, lie down, close the door to the hectic world. In my peaceful place, time has stopped, and you can take a moment of rest. I'll make sure that no one can disturb you during this gentle retreat. There are things you need to think about, but you will only be able to think them through after a real moment of repose. You will then view them in hindsight, like you would observe a forgotten photograph that can no longer hurt you. The key words here are retreat, sleep, meditation, time for solitude and rejuvenation, and a moment of repose. An affirmation for you at this time can be, I offer myself a true moment of rest. Welcome sleep, solitude, and calm reflection are now my priorities. I give myself space to recover and regenerate. Great. I just want to add in that the Hermit card, which is called Time in this deck, is about isolating from a situation. Similar to the Hangman over here, it's about removing ourselves from a situation, and this is about solitude and introspective work. And again, it is the deepest healing card in the tarot. So rest, retreat, heal, introspective work, quiet time, solitude, isolation, rest. Okay, your next oracle card is from a deck called The Power of Surrender. And I chose this because full moons are about letting go, they're about surrender, and it just felt appropriate for what we need to surrender. What does Libra need to surrender at this time, please? Whoever's going through these energies, Spirit, whoever needs this particular reading, what do they need to surrender? There it is. And two came out, but we're only taking the top one. Actually, maybe we'll take them both. All right, we'll take them both. They're short because the message is right on the card. The first one says, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So get out in nature, surrender yourself to that. And your other card says, surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. There is no scarcity. There's plenty for everyone. Anyway, I hope it helps. Those are your messages. And if it resonates with you, or even if you just like the style of how we're going to read here at this channel, please throw a subscribe. It's free. Hit like. Share your stories if you have them or if you feel so inclined. And there'll be new readings each and every week. I use different decks each and every week to keep it fun and interesting. And with that, I wish you guys the absolute best. And I look forward to reading for you next time. Take care, Libra.